Have you ever wanted to find a way to boost your mood naturally? Well, in this video, I'm going over 5 ways that raw vegan food boosts your serotonin. What's up, guys? My name's Alex Stensberg. Welcome to Activate True Health. On this channel, I'm talking about the connection between the life choices we are making and the life experiences that we are having. If you're new here, consider hitting the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all my new videos. In this video, I'm talking about 5 ways that raw vegan food boosts your serotonin. The first 4 ways are going to be focused on the gut, because you might be surprised to know that 95% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. So that's a great place to begin. All right, let's get started. The first way that raw food boosts your serotonin is with probiotics that are in the food. Probiotic means good life or good bacteria. Now, there's good bacteria, these microorganisms that live on and inside of raw food. And when you cook your food, you destroy all of them. We need these microorganisms to populate our gut because with their metabolic byproducts, they actually signal our intestinal cells to make serotonin. So without these microorganisms, we only can produce about 40% as much serotonin. A lot of people hear about probiotic supplements that you take as a capsule, but most people don't realize that raw food has probiotics in them, and it's a much easier, in my opinion, a much more effective way to get a healthy gut. The second way that raw food boosts your serotonin is polyphenols. Polyphenols are the bright color pigments that are found in fruits and vegetables primarily. They have many beneficial effects on the body, but in this case particularly, they are food for the beneficial microbes that are known as prebiotics. So they actually feed the probiotics. Once you populate the gut with probiotics, you need to keep them alive. They need food. And polyphenols, when you cook them, when you cook food, the polyphenol content goes way down. It gets decreased dramatically. So leaving your food raw leaves more food for the beneficial microbes that help make serotonin. Number 3 is fiber. Fiber is a prebiotic, just like polyphenols. It feeds the good bacteria in your gut. You need to be feeding your gut fiber to keep it healthy. It's probably their primary food source. But when these microbes actually ferment the fiber, that's how they eat it, that's how they metabolize it, these byproducts called short-chain fatty acids are released. And these short-chain fatty acids have tons of beneficial effects on the body, such as anti-inflammatory. It feeds the intestinal cells to actually keep your gut lining strong, and many other things. But another thing that it does is communicates to the intestinal cells to produce serotonin. Without these short-chain fatty acids, the microbes can't communicate to the intestinal cells to make more serotonin. So you can have the microbes, but without the fiber for them to ferment, you're not going to have the actual communication molecules necessary to make the serotonin. Now, just like polyphenols, fiber content gets decreased when cooking. So the highest amount of fiber is found in raw foods. So the more fiber you have, the more short-chain fatty acids you have, and the more serotonin you have. The fourth way is gut inflammation-mediated tryptophan metabolism. Now, what this means is tryptophan is an essential amino acid, meaning you have to get it from your food. It's a precursor for serotonin. So the cells in your intestines that make the serotonin, they need available tryptophan to be able to synthesize the serotonin. Now, when you metabolize tryptophan, there's 2 pathways that goes down. It goes down either the kynurenine pathway, which is for energy production, or the serotonin pathway, which is used for serotonin production. Most of it goes down the kynurenine pathway. Only a small amount goes down the serotonin pathway. Now, if you have inflammation in your gut, it'll actually cause the tryptophan to go down more of the kynurenine pathway, which can cause a lot of problems, not just with having low serotonin, but it can actually produce some neurotoxic compounds that are not good for us in high amounts. So there needs to be a balance between these 2 pathways. And one way that you can have gut inflammation is by what's called dysbiosis, or an imbalance in life. And one way this happens is by not eating foods that have fiber or polyphenols in them. And there's tons of other ways, such as taking antibiotics and eating foods that have tons of pesticides on them, and many other ways that I won't go into in this video. But having a dysbiosis in your gut can create gut inflammation, and this gut inflammation actually causes tryptophan to go down the pathway that we don't want a ton of it going down, which leads to lower serotonin levels. So raw food actually builds a healthy gut, like we've been talking about, and lowers the inflammation in your gut and causes tryptophan to actually go down the serotonin pathway. The fifth and final way of how raw food boosts your serotonin that I'll be talking about is tryptophan being heat sensitive. Now, we had just talked about tryptophan and what it is and how it's a precursor for our cells in our intestines to make serotonin. We talked about how the availability of tryptophan can get disrupted by inflammation in the gut. Well, another way that can cause there to be less available tryptophan is by cooking your food, because tryptophan is one of the 4 extremely heat sensitive amino acids, meaning it's destroyed by heat. So when you cook your food, you have only about 50% of the available tryptophan available. So that's just another way how eating raw food can actually lead to higher tryptophan levels, which leads to higher amounts of serotonin. I just wanted to say that since eating a lot more raw food, since I switched to a high raw diet, my mood has like skyrocketed. I feel pretty damn good all the time. Most of the time, I still have my ups and downs, but for the most part, my mood has improved a lot. So I know this is all true. I'm sure there's other things that are factoring into it. It's not just the serotonin. Your gut health has an impact on other neurotransmitters too. And then there's also the electrical activity, the electromagnetic energy that is in raw food, especially fruit, that actually makes all your neurons work better and different things like that. But I just wanted to say that definitely I have noticed a huge difference in how I feel. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate that. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If there's something that you learned or some sort of value that you took from this video, comment down below. Let me know. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel here. I'm going to be making new videos about once a week. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Activate True Health, all one word. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Peace and love.